see. Okay, the diagram below shows a hyperbola defined by g of x equals 2 over x plus p plus q with an asymptote y equals 1 and x equals minus 2. Now the graph G intersects the axis at t and the y-axis at 0.3. Now the line y equals x intersects the hyperbola in the first quadrant. Okay, now write down the value of p and q. Okay, now in order to calculate the value of p and q, the value of q is the y asymptote.
Which is 1.
Is the y asymptote.
Yes, which is 1. Ne?
Which is 1. So the value of q equals 1. Then if we have the value of q, it means we'll be able to solve for the value of p. Now, in order for us to solve for the value of p, we need a point on the graph.
But
do we have
P
any point on the graph?
P is not -1.
Let's see. P, do we have? Oh, yeah, we also have it. P equals
P
negative. P equals P equals 1. P equals 1.
Positive 1. Positive 1.
P, yes, P equals 1. Equals positive 1.
Yes.
And then calculate the coordinates of T. The coordinates of T, T is a point where the x-axis or the y equals 0 line meets our graph. So if we equate our equation, the equation, okay, this is 2. If we equate 0 to 2 over x, x plus 1 plus our q value was 1. If we can solve the value, if we can solve for the value of x, then we will have the value of x at point t. So in order for us to calculate the value of x, I'm going to take 1 to the other side, and I will have 2 over x plus 1. So x plus 1 equals 2. The x equals 2 minus 1, which is x equals 2 minus 1. Something doesn't make sense. X can be, it can be 1.
It can be 1, yes.
It can be 1. So let me see where my mistake is.
Oh, it's -1. You forgot it's -1, not 1 there. If you move the 1, it's -1.
Which one? This one?
If you move, you see, if you move the positive 1, it's -1 on the other side.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, something didn't add up. Okay, yeah, you're right, you're right. So we're going to have minus x minus 1. So if we take x to the other side, we will be left with minus 1 minus 2, which is minus 3. So if we check graphically, it does make sense. Okay, so the point T will be minus 3.0. Okay, now write down the equation of the vertical asymptote of the graph of K. If h of x equals g of x plus 5. Now g of x plus 5, the x plus 5 will affect the x value. So this is the shift horizontally because it affects the x value. Now, when the shift is plus 5, it means your graph is going to shift to the left by 5 steps.
So from minus 3, so it's minus 8.
It is
minus 8.
Your g of x, is it minus 8 or which one is minus 8?
It's minus 6, ne?
Yeah.
It's more, so the asymptote is moving by 5 units. Now it's minus 1. So now 5 units minus 6 now.
Yes, minus 6. Minus 6. Because I heard you saying minus 8. I think you made a mistake. Yeah, okay, you made a mistake initially. So we're gonna have h of x is equals to 2 over x minus 6 plus 1. I agree with you. Do you agree with me on that one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now they say actually not minus, it's a plus.
It's a plus.
It's a plus, yes. Calculate the length of OS. Now, first of all, we need to find the value of the x and y value at point S. Now, in order for us to solve for those, we have to equate the two functions because there's two functions. There's a function of y equals x and a function of g of x. At S, that's where they meet. So we have to equate the two. So in order for us to equate the two, we'll say x equals 2 over x plus.
Right. Wait, so which question are we doing now?
We are doing question number, this one. Calculate the length of OS.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
OS. Can I see? OS, where is OS now? OS is from
OS.
from the original to point of intersection. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so do you agree that at point S, that's where the two functions, the one of the straight line and the parabola meet? And where they meet, we can just equate the two functional expressions because the other one is y equals x and the other one is y equals this.
Mhm.
But do you agree with that statement there?
Mhm.
Then we will have x minus 1 equals 2 over x plus 1. Now,
Mhm.
if we cross multiply, we will have x minus 1, x plus 1 equals 2.
Mhm.
And this will be, let's see, x squared plus x minus x. This is actually the difference between two squares. I don't know why I'm doing all this.
Okay. So it's
The
x
diff
squared minus 1.
It's going to give us x squared minus 1 equals 2.
Mhm.
Now, x squared is equals to 2 minus, actually 2 plus 1.
Mhm.
So x squared will be
3.
3, and x is equals to the square root of 3, which is positive. I agree with that value. Okay, so if we have the value of x being the square root of 3, it means the y value as well, which is equals to the x value. It means at point S, we will have the square root of 3, square root of 3. I think you agree with me.
Yeah.
Now, to find the distance, it is then that we will use Pythagoras. We'll use Pythagoras or the distance formula,
Okay.
which is going to be OS if we know the run and the rise. We know that the run is the square root of 3, and the rise is the square root of 3 also. So OS will be the square root of 3 squared let's say OS squared, it will be the square root of 3 squared plus the square root of 3 squared. So OS is given by 3 plus 3, which is 6. OS squared, sorry. Now OS
Okay.
is given by the square root of 6.
Okay.
I don't know if we agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. For what values of k will the equation g of x equals x plus k have two real roots that are of opposite sides?
So
For
he's
which
saying for which
values?
values of k will the equation x plus k have two? Is having two, I mean, two roots.
Two roots
Okay.
that are of opposite sides.
Okay.
So the roots are actually the cuts of the x-axis. It is actually
Mhm.
where the x-axis is cut.
Mhm.
So for which values of k will the equation g of x equals x plus k have two real roots that are of the opposite signs? First of all, it won't happen.
Hello?
It won't happen.
So you're saying it's impossible?
Yeah, it's impossible. Or do you see any possibility?
I don't understand this question.
You don't understand this question. You see that your g of x is a parabola. Ne?
My g of x.
Yeah, g of x is a parabola.
No, it's a straight line. X plus k is a straight line.
Yes, x plus k is a straight line. Ne?
Yes, yes.
But remember g of x, if we are considering the g of x we had initially.
Oh, g of x is a hyperbola, most.
It's a hyperbola. So if it's a hyperbola, there's no way that your hyperbola will have two roots.
But it's possible because you see, look, you see, if you look, g of x is a hyperbola, ne?
Yes.
And then g of x is equals to x plus k. It means that g of x is meeting x plus k, which is a straight line.
Oh, now I see what you mean. Oh, okay. It's just that I didn't understand it at first. Oh, they're saying, okay, they're saying we have a straight line that is meeting a parabola.
Which is meeting a hyperbola.
A hyperbola, and it will have two roots. No, now I get.
Oh.
Now I get. Because it was confusing a bit. Okay.
You see what my problem is?
Yes.
This question, if you look at it, if you look at that hyperbola, ne?
Yes.
We found P, ne? P is what is 1, ne?
Yes.
Q is 1.
Yeah.
Then now, if we're saying this hyperbola is meeting x plus k, then you should have what? You should have two roots that are different, ne?
Yes.
It's possible that we can get two different roots, because if you check the straight line that is there, you can get a negative this side and get a what? And a positive that side. Is it not so?
Yes. So what we need to do is to transfer our asymptotes back to the origin. I agree. Do you agree?
Okay.
If
Yeah,
we
I'm not sure
transfer
what
them to the origin,
Mm-hmm.
we will have a straight line which will cut the parabola and have, let's say, for instance, if you have a parabola like that, if you draw a line, y equals x, ne? That value and that one there will be the same, but opposite signs.
Okay.
So they said for which value of k, meaning we need to transform our straight line, ne? We need to, you see, we need to take off this line, ne? And shift it upwards.
Hello.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm being confused by this one. Let's see.
So these are the ones that are giving me a problem. The ones with K, ne?
Yeah.
Is it possible that you can look at it, then you come back to me, ne?
Oh, okay. No problems.
Okay.
All
Can
right.
I ask,
Okay.
what time is the lesson supposed to end?
It's supposed to end now at 9 o'clock.
Then when are we going to have the next session?
The next session will be next week, Monday.
Okay. I want your help, ne? You do me a help, ne?
Okay.
I'm struggling with the ones with those Ks. So I want us to do a lot of questions on those Ks, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll understand them. So can you please look at those Ks? Then now we do a lot of questions on those Ks. So what I'm going to do is, can I send you the ones that I want you? I'll highlight them. Then you look at them. Then on Monday we look at them.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. Sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Sure.
Sure.